How's it going, everyone? Yes, they finally updated Upload Studio on the Xbox One to record up to 30 minutes instead of just 5 at last. Right, you want your Tank Defender class set out like that, and if you got the Helmet Saint 14 exotic helmet off Xur this weekend, that blinds the enemies when they go into the bubble. And the Icebreaker, you want the agility perk on it so you move a bit faster. Right, run off into the darkness. Hey, go. Pack it in, stop it. I'm not having any of that funny business on this, it's proper video this one. Right, so yeah, just don't stop at the lamps for too long, just get the weight darkness down enough, just keep moving, jump over them if you have to like that, and just run wide around the lamps, just get the weight darkness down, and so you don't lose your sprint, you can keep running. You see there the Icebreaker just takes out groups of enemies. If you melee the enemies with the force barrier active, you'll get a force barrier over shield, and I've got mine set to regenerate constantly. So, take out as many enemies as possible, build up your super. Usually you can just keep running, like I do with the hunter, but this lamp you don't really want to stop at it. Just after you get past this hole, the enemies kind of slow down a little bit as they go up the hill. As long as you've got one of your 3 abilities available at each lamp, if you need them. Use the spike grenade, works best for this part of the raid. Your Titan melee for the overshield, or your super, which I use here because I'm about to die. And as they'll get grouped up and they're blinded, just take out groups of them as quick as you can. And then punch one of them, get my overshield back. Don't stay in the bubble shield until it disappears, because I find it becomes ineffective just before it disappears and they just ignore the fact that they're in the shield. Just throw that grenade there so it kills the enemies behind me. And I've got to stop at this lamp, just get the weight darkness down. It's getting a little bit crazy, I've still got to get the weight darkness down a bit more, so I just run around it. I've got it completely off now. You see there I use that hole just to, if you see any holes, just jump over the middle of them, and that'll make the throw go wide around them, slide them down a bit. And that last lamp, that's the first night that you come across, and I'm about to die, so I just get my super and use my bubble shield before I get killed. And that night would have had me. So even though it wasn't at a lamp, I was going to die, so I had to use my bubble shield there, even though I was still in the darkness. So I've got to get weight darkness 10 off me now, so again, just kill as many as you can. I've almost got my super back already. And just avoid them best you can, so the weight darkness is right down again. Again, they're using another hole, just get them away from me. They seem to back off at that point, and they'll come down this hill in a big group. So again, just take out as many as possible before you move on. Now this lamp here is where you come across the second night, and you turn right up the hill. So I know if he one-shots me I'm dead because I'm already injured. So luckily I managed to avoid that night. And don't worry about trying to shoot the knights, there's no point, it takes way too long on hard. The yellow bar mages, so there's no point shooting them at all, just keep running. And again there, I almost died, so best to just play it safe. Use your super, as many kills as you can, get the weight darkness off. Activate my force barrier, my overshield, and keep moving. Second to last lamp now, lamp 15. I always use lamp 15, second to last one on hard, so I haven't got as far to go to get the weight darkness down. As soon as the weight darkness is off, just move to the last lamp. Just run around it a little bit, again get the weight darkness down a bit more, you can run a bit faster. Run across that plate for a couple of seconds, and then onto this rock, and I get my super back just in time. I'm going to need it in a minute when the ogre comes. It's best just to time it right, just as the lamp blows up, just back off, just in case it does kill you. Usually the Titan survives, but it's not worth risking it right at the end of this section. Especially if you're the hunter, they're a lot weaker, so the lamp can kill you. Play it safe. I've just spotted the ogre there going behind that big rock, so checking my surroundings, waiting for the ogre. You can just see his eye glowing in the distance. As soon as he starts shooting, you get ready to pop your bubble shield. It's the easiest way I found for the Titan to survive this part of the raid. There he goes, so out comes the bubble shield, and that will protect you from the ogre until the bridge is formed. I've also got it set to extended duration, if you want to look at how I got my perks set up if you pause the start of this video. Also, if you want to skip through this video at all, feel free. Just look in the top right hand corner of the screen there, under my gamer tag, it will say which section of the raid I'm actually doing, right up to Crota. Right up to the start of Crota anyway. I haven't actually completed Crota yet. So as soon as the music reaches that point, just get ready to run. You'll lose the weight of darkness and just jump over any enemies that climb up onto the bridge there. Just be aware, occasionally I have seen an ogre spawn out of that left hand door there, so just watch out for that in case he spawns. He's killed me before, that's pretty annoying when you're the last person alive and you get killed right at the end. I won't bother killing any more enemies, just keep running till you get into the light. And if you haven't already done this on normal, you get double the rewards for doing it on hard. And you can get the Oversoul Edict's pulse rifle from this section on hard. And of course the Abyss Defiant from completing this next section. So you see here, all I've done really with my class is change my grenade to the first one, the magnetic grenade. Works out a little bit better on this section. So just run across a plate to activate it. And if you follow this route that I take, the sword bearer pretty much always goes to this side, and you want him over this side as far as possible. Now walk out straight under there. He's always got a set path. He'll either go far left, down the middle, or to the right on one of the 3 plates. So just get up high before he manages to kill you. And you got a little while now just to take your time killing him. Don't worry about using rockets or anything. The acolytes won't start spawning and shooting at you until you've gotten dead, usually, unless you take too long. As soon as he's dead, if you're using the Titan or Warlock, this part's very easy compared to the Hunter. I did do the Hunter first if you want to check out that video. Did all 4 parts of the solo Crota raid. First half of it on hard and the second half on normal, just because I didn't have the checkpoint, but I will be redoing that later. So because of the height you can get with the Titan, it's much easier to get the height and distance you need, fly across the bridge without forming it, and quite easily get onto the other side. Don't worry about killing the gatekeeper. The sword will run out like that before you manage to kill him, so you don't need to kill him at all. Just get up onto these rocks and wait for the enemies to despawn on the other side. They all gone now. There's only the sword bearer on the first side now, and here we go. They all start spawning on this side. So the quicker you take out these small enemies like the thralls and the acolytes, the quicker the ogres will spawn. You know when the ogres are coming because the 2 totems will turn red on either side, and that's when you've got to jump down before you get blown up by the totems after they turn red. And go in the little corner next to the bridge behind the pillar, which we'll see in a minute. Also, because I've already got 2 rockets here, I don't use a heavy synth, but it's best to use a heavy synth as soon as you get to this part, and then your cooldown will be reset pretty much just in time for killing the second ogre, because you will need 2 lots of rockets, 2 heavy synths. So just take out as many of these enemies as you can with your grenades and anything else you've got. Let's say the quicker you do it, the quicker the ogres spawn. See there, that was a knight that I just killed, so the larger enemies have started spawning. After the knights come the 2 wizards, one on the far left and one down the middle. You don't get a wizard on the right hand side for some reason, but don't shoot the wizards or kill the wizards, especially as the first one. Don't need to kill them at all, just take cover behind the rock. Usually you do get a yellow bar Knight Major He's got a boomer, so you want to be careful of him. If you see him, try and take him out if you've got any spare rockets before you use a heavy synth, because the splash damage has been increased on the boomers. So even when you're in the little spot behind the pillar by the bridge where I'm going now, the pillars are turning red, so as soon as the tokens turn red, get into this little spot in the left corner of the post by the bridge and you'll be safe there. The enemies can't touch you, they'll just back off. Just got to be careful not to get shot here. As I say, if you get that major Hive Knight boomer, sometimes he goes to the left or the far right with you and he can kill you with blast damage with his boomer, so just be careful of that. So you see here I'm actually using the Hungry Crota instead of the Galahorn. It's a bit of a cop out always using the Galahorn. It's by far the easiest launcher to use, so I figured I'd just use something else, and the Hungry Crota is pretty much just as good. Just got the cluster bombs instead of the wolf pack rounds. Just takes a few more rockets, that's all. Of course they're all max 331 damage, but it's the perks on the weapons that make them do more damage, and the wolf pack rounds really kind of make the Galahorn win it for me anyway. Definitely the best launcher for that reason. You see there I've run out of rockets. I'll just wait for my heavy synth to cool down 5 minutes. So I'll just cut to this bit, use the next heavy synth, and I'm free to take my time killing the second ogre. It's just a bit awkward because I nearly get killed a couple of times trying to get to him. We'll have the wizard shooting at you, and wherever they see you, they usually shoot up top there, so it makes it harder to jump up again. That ogre's hiding behind the rock up to the right side there. But even if the ogre's shooting at you, just wait for him to stop shooting, or the other enemies, they will stop shooting eventually. Once this all calmed down again, you can jump up and nearly kill myself there with the grenade, so I just use my bubble just in case I'm getting splash damage. Yeah, just be careful taking these last few shots on the ogre. Fortunately I run out of rockets here, as I say, it's not quite as powerful as the Galahorn, so it does take more rockets to kill him. But if you move out of this corner to the right at all, the enemies, as you see there, they will come in and attack you, so luckily I'm still using the Helm Saint 14 to blind them when they come into my bubble, so they back off. Obviously if you're a hunter, use the Blade Dancer to turn invisible, so they'll leave you alone and they don't touch me exotic gauntlets, so if they do start hitting you, they'll back off when you turn invisible. And for the Warlock, you've got the backup with the self-res using the Sunsinger, just in case you do get killed. I have actually bounced off. I've jumped up trying to kill the ogres and bounced off backwards off the side there, so just be careful of that. And I nearly get killed there, so yeah, it's time to back off again. If there's any small enemies in the way, left or right, if you just grenade them and they'll back off. Try and get a lucky grenade on that ogre there, he's almost dead. Managed to injure him with that double magnetic grenade, it explodes twice, so there's a bit of extra damage. It's getting really awkward because I can't move out and take a shot at the ogre. So trying to take pot shots at him just to get the last few hits on him and kill him for the checkpoint. And I'll do a nice jumping snipe there, and there you go. You can run out as soon as you get the rewards and the enemies will despawn. Pick up any heavy ammo you see in there. You don't really have to wait for this bit. I prefer to just go up these stairs into the next section and kill a few thralls first, see if they drop any more heavy ammo. They will eventually. Instead of using another heavy sim, because I've only just used one, so kill a few of those, wait till you get some heavy ammo drops and then wipe, let them kill you before you attempt this part. So here I am, I've wiped start fresh from this checkpoint, and I didn't get any heavy ammo and wasted my 2 rockets that I had, so I just use a heavy ammo synth. Just make it easier and get it over and done with quicker. So there's not too much reason to kill any of these. I will need one of them to melee, so I'll get the overshield with the force barrier. So just stick a couple of surefire rockets on the Shrieker just to make sure he's dead. Get my overshield with the melee kill there. Using force barrier. And I don't even have my bubble shield, so I can't even deploy that just in case the Shrieker blast gets me. So I get stuck there and I think I'm about to die, but luckily I just keep running and the Shrieker blast doesn't get me. Just make sure you jump over this hole and get through these doors quick and just get to one side. I have been killed on the other side of that door. The other side of the doors there, and if you're on hard mode you can't respawn. You'll respawn your enemies. You'll respawn your teammates if you get through the doors, but if the blast follows you through the doors from the Shrieker death class, after killing him, then you will get killed on hard mode and you can't respawn and get the chest. So if it's not working out for you, you can get that chest on normal mode. It's just the same rewards. You see there, magically get a Galahorn. I'm just using the Destiny app. If you've had a chance to get to grips with that yet, go on any of your 3 characters, if you've got 3 characters yet, or any of your characters, and you can transfer your gear and collectibles and things to and from your characters to the vault in the tower without actually having to back out of the mission or the raid and fly into the tower, which wastes time. So definitely suggest getting to grips with that because it's really handy. So here we are. I've got my cooldown ready on my heavy synth and I've got full rockets. I can carry full 7 rockets on this character. So people don't realise a lot of the time you can actually, with any class and any subclass, even the Hunter Blade Dancer can jump up that wall there. It's just a bit of a shortcut. You see, I just wait for that knight to come out so he doesn't see me and I just sneak in behind him. Get 3 good rockets on that wizard there, and usually just takes 1 Galahorn and a couple of shots with the primary, or just 1 good Galahorn shot right in the middle of it, and I just get stuck there. I thought I was going to die but managed to jump off before I get killed. That's the tricky part, just getting out of there before any of the enemies kill you, and just get away from that Shrieker death blast that follows you out. Just run in and get the other wizard out. There's no point trying to kill this one because I've only got a few rockets, so wait till this wizard comes out. Just get 2 rockets. If you've got 3 rockets, just get the 2 rockets on. Make sure you have a spare rocket because you'll need that for this Shrieker before you use a heavy ammo synth. Just finish off that wizard with your primary, and usually you can back off there if you need to use a heavy ammo there, or just drop down the bottom of the stairs and the knights won't follow you. Just if the Shrieker's not awake, just wake him up with a quick shot to the face or whatever it is, then he'll open up and get your rocket on him. Now, made his little screaming sound there, so I thought he was dead, so I used a heavy ammo and just run straight in there and didn't realise he's actually still alive. So just jump over any enemies. Best to go around the left side here, and he's still alive, so I've just got to get another rocket on him. I want to save all my rockets for the Death Singer, so just finish him off again with my primary. Now the Death Singer's finished the liturgy, start the liturgy even. We'll get my words right eventually. So that means you've got 30 seconds once the screen starts flashing red, otherwise you die. So I'm using Armour of Light again. If the enemies do come in and attack me, the Armour of Light protects me from getting one-shotted, even though I've got no health. And that's it, I'm out of rockets, so this time I remembered to use my fusion rifle just to finish her off quick. If you want to kill an enemy quick, fusion rifle is pretty much the best because it's easy to aim. A bit easier than using a sniper or something, and it does a lot of damage in one go, so definitely recommend using the fusion rifle to finish off enemies with a lot of health. And there we go, that's the Death Singer dead. Just take your time killing the last few enemies to get the checkpoint before Crota. Unfortunately I haven't beaten Crota yet, so I will be continuing to attempt to beat him on hard solo, but if I do it, then watch this space and I'll upload that as soon as I've finished it. So yeah, just finish off these last few enemies, and I've already killed the last one that I need to kill, and you'll get the checkpoint and any rewards that you can also get on the normal mode. You can't get them twice. And he nearly kills me. So yeah, watch this space for Crota hard solo, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.